In this video, we will create the database for the server-side application and we will code the login and register flow. Also, we will create a super user and we will explore the Django administrator panel. When we start the Django server, we can see that we get a warning stating that we have 18 unapplied migrations and that our application might not work properly. To fix it, we need to create detection app database model. Open models.py and remove its content. First, we need to add the required imports. After that, we need to create scramble uploaded file name function. It will uglify uploaded file name and will keep the file's extension. Here we are splitting the file name to get the extension and returning an unique string plus file's extension. It is needed as we will use this scrambled file name in our URL to show the alert page. After that, we need to define upload alert function. This function describes our uploaded alert database fields. We will store image, user ID, alert receiver, location, and date created. Finally, we need to add a function that will generate an unique token that we will use to authenticate via the client-side application. We will be using built-in Django functionality to do that. When a new user will register, they will get an unique token. Save the change. Within installed apps in settings.py, we need to add our auth token. Without it, our authentication will not work. Save it. Now, let's go back to the terminal to stop the server and run migration commands. With the first command, we will create a migration file. Here we can see that a new migration file has been created. With the second command, we will run this migration. Here you should see a bunch of OKs. It created the required fields within our database. Let's start the server once again. Now we can access a new page within our application. Type within the URL /admin. This page is default Django administrator page. Within it, we'll be able to see and edit created users, add permissions if needed, and see relations between alerts and users. But before we can log in, we need to create an admin user. Go back to the console, stop the server, and type this command. Here you will need to type the username, email address, and password. As it is a tutorial, I am using simple credentials. You should use more secure ones. I will type letter Y here to bypass strong password validation. You should never do it if your application reaches the internet, as your account might get hacked. You should get a message that a super user was created successfully. Start the server again. Refresh the admin page. Now we can log in with the created account. Within the admin page, we can see the tokens table. Here, each user will have a unique token. Also, we have groups. It is added by Django. Here you can manage access for user groups. And we have users table. Here users are stored. At the moment, we have only one user, admin. You might think, wait, there is one table missing. Where is alerts table? You are correct. To see alerts table, we need to register it first within the admin panel. Open admin.py and type this code. Here we are importing upload alert model and registering it within the admin site. Save it and let's check the admin page again. Here we can see that upload alerts table has appeared. Now let's handle user registration via the registration page. We need to create a file named forms.py. Within it, we will add required imports and define a class named createUserForm. Here we define that the email field is required. Then we need to add class meta in which we will define which model we are using in form fields. After that, we need to define a function called cleanEmail. Within it, we will check if the email is not already used. If it is used, an error will be raised. If it is not used, we return the email. Save changes. Now we need to edit our view.py file. At first, let's add required imports. Within the login page function, we need to check if user is authenticated. If he is, we redirect to the home page. If not, we check if the request type is post and try to get parameters provided within the login form. With those parameters, we will try to authenticate the user. If user with such parameters exist, we log in him and redirect to the home page. If not, we will display a message that informs the user that the credentials are not correct. At the end, we render the login HTML as we did before. For the register page function, we will also check if the user is already logged in and will redirect to the home page. If he is not logged in, we use a form that we have previously created in the forms.py file. Here we get the information of the register page and check if form is valid. If it is, we save the user and create a message that informs that the account for this user was created and redirect to the login page. Within the page's context, we need to include forms data and then we can render register.html file. If we wouldn't provide forms data to the context, we would not be able to display success message within the login page. Also, let's add one more function, logout user. Within it, we will log out the user and redirect to the login page. Save changes. For the logout function to work, we need to add a path to it. Go to url.py file and type the following. Here it will call logout user function when going to the logout path. Save the change. Now we need to add the logout link to the logout button. Go to navbar.html and find href tag. Type the following. Now when the logout button is pressed, the user will be logged out and redirected to the login page. Save the change and let's see if it works. Let's go to the login page. We can log in with the admin user. Here we can see the username within the greeting. Also, the logout is working as it should. Let's create a new user. Fill the form. When pressed Create Account, we are redirected to the login page with a success message. Let's try to log in with this account. It worked and we can see that we are logged in as testing123 user. There is one more thing left to do. If we go to the main page, even if we are not logged in, we are not redirected. Here we can see that we are anonymous user. To fix that, we need to edit views.py file. Add this import. And add this line above the home function. Here we are telling Django that to access the home page, we need to be logged in. If we are not logged in, login function will be called and login window will be displayed. Save the file and let's check if it works. Now, when we are trying to access the home page, we are redirected to the login page. We can access the main page only when we are logged in. In this video, we have created required models for the database and created register and login flow. In the next video, we will start working on the REST API part of the server-side application. See you in the next video.